Also I want to say, like, every human is like a planet. So, like, in the solar system, there are different planets revolving in their own orbits, taking their own time. Just the same way, we're all different planets, and we're of different sizes, different compositions, and we're in different orbits, and we're in different circles and time frames. So
Hey guys, hope you're all good. Welcome to another episode of Talk It All with Sagrika. I wasn't able to put up a video last week due to some changes I'm going through in my life, and I'm trying to cope up with, everything and try to manage things up. And I think that is necessary. Like, you don't need to stress yourself too much about anything in your life. And what we're talking about in this episode is basically something that we all have gone through at some point in our lives. It's about our bodies, it's about us, the way we look, the way we feel about ourselves. If you think about it, you can think about so many instances where you've been made to feel thin, skinny, fat, chubby, and that really defines everything you are for a person, and we don't realize it, but it just you've developed it in your daily conversations, in the way you just normally talk, and then we don't really realize it that we're saying something really, really offensive and something really wrong. And that's what we need to understand, that okay, you have to be really mindful of what you say and when you say it. And I think that is something we're going to focus on today. It's going to be a very special episode because I have my best friend coming over, and she's not coming here just because she's my best friend, she's inspired me so much all throughout the time we've lived together. And it's been amazing to see her grow. And also because we've gone through so much together, I felt we would be able to put up a conversation which might just be very helpful to a lot of you, and you would relate to us at some point, because I think, we know what we're talking about. So without further ado, let's just call my dear friend and an amazing artist, Anushika Luthra. Hi Anushka, how are you doing?
you spelled my name wrong. Yeah, it's Anushika.
Okay guys, there she is introducing herself. It's been almost 5 years and I still can't pronounce her name right. Before we begin, I already introduced you to her in the introduction, but Anushka, why don't you go ahead and tell a little about yourself to people and what you do and how you do it.
Hi to YouTube subscribers of Miss Sagrika Joshi. She's been a great friend to me for the past couple of years. And who am I? Who am I? I'm nobody. I'm just somebody who's trying to create new things in this world for my fun and other people's fun. You'll get to know me soon.
She's an artist and she does everything in the field of art that you can think of. And I'm very proud of you because you're doing amazingly well. And she owns the title for this t-shirt that I'm wearing, if you can see it. And we'll talk more about that later. But the most important thing I wanted to talk about here is something we both have gone through. Yes, art field being one, because we both chose fields which were way different from what we were expected to do. But also we're talking about body shaming right now. So Anushka, why don't you go ahead and tell people about how casual it has become for people to call you fat, to call you skinny, and they just define your character based on that. If you're healthy, then you're chill, like you won't mind things. But if you're skinny, then you're very sophisticated and stuff.
Okay. So there is this one thing that a lot of people have told me, that if I wasn't fat or if I wasn't healthy, like I'd be mean or I'd come out as mean, which is kind of weird because I don't know how it feels when you're too slim or you're in shape. I've always been like this all my life. But yes, all my school life through college, I've sometimes directly been body shamed, but mostly indirectly. I've always felt that people are not the same around people who are not in good shape, or and it's not just with fat people, it's everywhere, it's with everybody, a skinny person, a fat person, a short person. It's become so common to find out flaws in people. Even if you're actually looking perfect, you still will be told something is wrong, or something's less, or something's much. The habit of appreciating is something that might help, even if you feel like, okay, this is something not to be appreciated, but I think you should, somewhere or the other, we should appreciate little things. So appreciation is the problem. People don't appreciate. I like to talk about the very usual thing about relatives playing a part in your figuring out how you're gonna be out in the world. And I think relatives play a lot, and the environment plays a big part. And in my life, I'm going to take an example for. I hope she doesn't look at this video, but like my Masi has been somebody who's been very nosy and pokey about how your body is, how your skin is, how under eyes, this, that, and everything. And she's done that with me like couple of times during festivals, that I'm looking fat and like when I was of a younger age, I did not really mind. I just ignored the fact. But now that I think about it, it does make me feel bad, and I did come out to her saying that it's not a good thing that she's doing. I hope it makes a difference. And also, my career's just started, or it's a little on the track I've wanted all my life. I think my body, very 1 or 2% has made me stopped me from doing a few things, or socially sometimes I felt not enough. Maybe pitching somebody, or during some work conferences, or giving ideas to people. I don't know, a very few percent of times I feel like, okay, I'm not visually looking good enough to make the other person believe in me. But after like a few minutes, when I'm in my own zone, I'm in my real personality, which is not defined by my body for sure, that helps me a lot to forget how I'm looking and actually believe in my work and my ideas. And it works.
Everything that you said about, body shaming, and how has that affected your mental health? And not just things, sometimes things don't affect your mental health. Sometimes you just don't understand what's happening, in your head, and it gets really heavy and difficult to get along with life. So how has that been for you, taking care of your mental health? And yeah.
Mentally, like there have been times where I haven't really felt human, or I felt like nobody, and made me feel not enough, and or not just physically. I mean, like not enough. I mean, like not enough for my friends, or not enough for my family, not enough for my siblings. I think coming out of those feelings did make me realize that mentally being happy or healthy does play a big role in how humans living their life. I mean, being healthy is basically being open, being open to your emotions, talking about your emotions. Maybe not talking about it, but being open to them. I mean, if you're feeling sad, I mean, you should acknowledge the fact that you're sad. Because if you don't acknowledge that you're sad, you will not understand what is the cause of it. You should not stop yourself from feeling those emotions. Is it something which is around me? Is it something that I can control to not make me feel sad? Then I think I should take a step and find a solution. If it's somebody who's irritating me, if it's something that is irritating me, if it's in my control, I'll make sure that I do something about it. And there are times where things are uncontrollable or not in your control. Just feel those emotions, and they'll come and they'll go.
Anyway, moving ahead, I'm gonna put a huge subtitle here saying that she's from SRCC, guys. She's one of those girls
yeah.
whom we hated in school. Although like I wasn't that bad in studies myself, but like she got through SRCC, so come on. But I think it's not as simple as we think it is. Just getting into SRCC isn't the end of the world. There is a lot more that waits for you beyond that. So Anushka, give us some insights on that. Should people actually think so much about being in a nice college when they're deciding on something they want to do in life?
5 years back, I wasn't given the push to do arts or probably get into this art field. My parents were very supportive of whatever I did, but like I was academically strong, and the teachers, all the kids, everybody, wanted me. I did not want to go to a good college or a commerce college, or BCom honors was my last option. But I don't know, somehow the pressure around me and people wanting me to do something great, and I don't know what happened, but I ended up joining that college. And I still remember 3 to 4 months into it, I knew it wasn't my thing to do. I mean, it may be the best college, it may be a good, it may have a good faculty, a good infrastructure, but like, if it's not what I actually want to do, then it's not
Exactly.
great. It doesn't matter how
Exactly.
great the college is. It matters how
That's
it
a
makes
very
me feel.
important point.
I feel everything happens for a reason. So it's okay if 3 years spent in college was to just figure out what I didn't want to do. But I will tell, I want all the 12th kids and people who are into studies, or even if you want to become a doctor, do it nicely. If you want to become a musician, do it nicely. If you want to become a footballer, do it nicely. But know what you want to become. Do not stop yourself from questioning yourself. Question yourself every day. Do not think that talking to yourself is a weird thing. It is not. I talk to myself
Same.
the
I
whole day.
love it.
I mean, I'm mostly alone, so I keep talking to myself. I keep asking myself questions that what is it that I want? How do I want to live? How I want my environment to be? Don't stop yourself from question yourself, answer yourself. Question yourself, answer yourself. You'll figure out a lot of things. And do what you like. Suno sabki, karo man ki.
And I think also
Best.
don't take this the wrong way that you have to keep thinking kya karna hai. You don't really have to have a plan. There's nothing as a plan. Everybody goes on their own
Plan,
pace.
yeah.
We have a couple of friends, who knew what they wanted to do since they were in school, and they're doing pretty well in that. But हमारा ऐसा रहा that it took us a long time to decide, and we're still actually struggling with it. I'm doing a 9 to 5 job right now, but I'm also working on my music. But some circumstances make you want to choose paths which you didn't really expect you would do. But exactly, that's the entire point. You need to know in your head what if there's something you really want. But the path can be longer, shorter, very weird, very unexpected. But just go with it. Don't let people just come and say ki you can't do it, or you're bad at this, and don't discourage yourself. You've recently come out with your own website, you have your own clothing line, and it is wonderful. It's amazing, and just not clothes, a lot more things along with it. So please tell us about Mushroom.
Okay. So I'll give a backstory of it. Since 2018, since we've passed out college, I've been. I decided one thing, that I am not going to get into the corporate side because it just doesn't make me happy. One thing was checked out, that okay, this is something that doesn't make me happy, so I won't do it. But one thing that I recently made me like the happiest out of 5 years was feeling the tangible products, or feeling the tangibility of my art, or feeling how you feel when you wear your own art. The feeling of touching your little artsy collectibles that the Mushroom makes, that made me really happy. And we together gave it a try at the Lil Tree, and I think this lockdown pushed me to make it at a bigger scale. And I recently worked on a website where I made an online store, and artware is basically a single hand painted or handcrafted apparel clothing, and every product's got a touch of me. So it's fun. It's fun to, even if I'm not selling much right now because obviously it's starting. Just the vibes making me really happy. Just the fact that I have something legit going on. It's amazing.
So Anushka, now we're gonna move on to my very very favorite part, which is the rapid fire. And I'm actually really excited. I mean, we're gonna make this part shorter.
I
Lekin,
have no idea.
I really wanted someone to come to my episodes who is a Brooklyn Nine-Nine fan, and I could just, ask them questions about it because I love that show. Love it. And okay, let's go. Do you remember who Captain Holt was?
Yeah.
Or you forgot
He's the
that as
main
well?
character, man. He's the one I live for.
Anyway, so the first question is, what was the name of Holt's dog?
What? Holt and the dog?
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Okay.
He's used him in a heist also.
Kevin was his husband, right? Yeah, that was his name, na Kevin.
If you had said Kevin was his dog, yeah.
Okay, wait, Kevin.
Yes. Kevin was his husband.
I think it was something. I don't
You
even
want?
remember they had it all.
I can give you hints also if you want.
Go ahead.
Some,
Yeah, please.
Options. Okay. First option is, I haven't thought of these. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead. First is pumpkin. Second is cheddar. Third is
Okay, it
Mayonnaise.
is cheddar. I remember the name now. It was on the cheese. Cheddar. I remember
you
were
just
saying
played
cheddar.
the best friend card. You just played the best friend card. That's why I gave you the options. Otherwise, I won't. Next question is, what was the name of what was Terry's favorite yogurt? Or like what flavor was his favorite?
Mango. Who doesn't know this? Mango.
one.
I
Good
love
one.
mangoes.
Okay, so the next question is, what game do Gina and Captain Holt get addicted to? There's a game Gina can't stop playing, and then Captain Holt thinks that it's stupid, and then he also can't stop playing it. What was the name of that game?
Oh my god, I remember this. I'm not able to.
I can give you
Maybe.
hints in this also if you want. I've noted them down.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me hints. I'm bad at this. I'm
One.
like कौन बनेगा करोड़पति मैं I'll choose ABC.
Candy Crush. A. Candy Crush.
No.
B. Kim Kardashian's Hollywood. C.
No.
Why am I doing this? Okay. C is Farmville. And fourth is
C.
Quasi Cupcake.
Oh my god.
Come on.
Is
you
it
used to know it.
Farmville?
Oh,
I don't
no.
know. I don't remember.
Boo.
Crazy Cupcakes.
It's
Candy
Crazy
Crush.
Cupcakes. But no, you don't get a point for this. Okay. Chummis to your forehead. Okay, last question. It's not a question. It is, who is your favorite character in the series? Who do you think? It's gonna have two parts. One is, who is your favorite character? Second is, who do you think you are? Like, who do you relate to the most as a human being?
I think I relate to who's the woman? The girlfriend.
Amy.
AC ka naam.
Don't tell me you relate to. I relate to Amy. Amy.
I do because she's very, I don't know, skillfully. She's very organized and she loves making those, what do you call the
Binders.
lists and everything. She loves stationery and all that stuff. I think I relate to her a lot. Yeah.
And is she
My
your favorite character
favorite.
also?
I think I like Terry a lot. I also
Yeah,
like
because
Gina.
he
Gina is like
dances.
the trippiest of all. I mean, yeah. I think Brooklyn Nine-Nine is one show where you don't really want to have a favorite character. Everybody is so
Yeah.
good.
I think
mean,
if there's
each
one
of them
quality
is
you
so
can
nice.
find in everyone. Like if I have to say who's Anushka for me in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I'd say you're a mix of Gina, Amy, Terry, and then you're sometimes Boyle when you act
Bold.
stupidly, and
Yeah.
but like you're a mix of all of these guys. So I think that's thank you so much for doing
Don't be
this.
so selfish.
I really love you, and I hope
Love you.
people were able to take something out of this small conversation that we had. If you guys did, don't forget to subscribe and write down in the comments below if you could relate to something and if there's something you actually realized after listening to this conversation. And you should check out Anushka's website. I'm gonna put the link below. Check her out on Instagram as well. And yeah, let's hope we get to meet soon. Bye bye.
Please like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon.
Bell icon. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Alright, bye. I love you. Bye, guys. See you in the next episode.